Here we go. All right, so the live stream is up and running. You're here. I hope I hope people didn't leave because I had all this trouble logging in. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good. I'm 27 weeks and I'm a teacher, so I just went back to work. So I'm kind of adjusting to being on my feet all day compared to, summertime. But
Different.
yeah, I'm always tired, like at the beginning of the school year, just adjusting, but this year extra. So I'm still feeling pretty good, but my legs are sore and like my lower back has been a little sore just from being walking around more.
Yeah, totally. And your body is literally expanding and taking up more space. So that can happen. Hi, Amor. How are you?
Good evening. I am pretty good right now. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Can you
Yeah.
hear us okay?
Yes, I hear you guys perfectly.
Okay. How are you feeling? How's your body?
I'm feeling okay. This is my first child, so it's definitely new. I heard Amberly talking about teaching. I'm also a physical educator. So I'm like always moving around. But it's definitely been a lot coming back in person now. I was virtual last year, my first year. And then, oh, there's my baby daddy. He just joined. So yeah, it's pretty tiring. But I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, it's good to take some rest, to care for your body in the process. And as someone who has been an educator and taught kids yoga, I know how physically demanding both of those two jobs are. So we will be active in this class, but we will also take plenty of time to rest, to rejuvenate, and to connect inward. We'll do things that might make your lower back feel better. That'll help kind of alleviate any kind of aches and pains in your joints and things like that. So we'll definitely be moving around and also resting. I'll introduce myself as well because I don't think I've met either one of you. I'm Jess. I'm a yoga therapist and a doula, and I specialize in working with people all along their reproductive health spectrum. So, from trying to have a better period to trying to get pregnant to pregnancy, postpartum, and birth. I love working with people all throughout that spectrum of their reproductive journey. It's a whole thing being a person who menstruates and births for sure. Um, and I think that's it on my end for introductions. Is there anything else y'all wanted to say before we dive in? No? Does Micah want to introduce themselves? Just here to do it.
I think he's just here for support.
That's sweet. I appreciate that. He can do the yoga with us for sure, but when we connect to our womb space and our baby, it might be a little different for you.
Hello?
Hey, welcome to yoga.
Okay, I was trying to figure out why I couldn't hear anything. I guess my audio was turned off.
That'll do it.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here, Micah.
Actually, I'm Jervon, but my screen name is Micah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm.
Cool. Thank you for letting me know. And you're welcome to do this whole class with us. I'm excited that you're here with us. And know that when I invite the pregnant people to take their hands to their wombs, connect to their baby, you can kind of send that to Amor and her baby.
I will.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love the support. All right. So we always get started in this class by laying on our left sides. So go ahead and grab a couple pillows nearby, and you're going to lay on your left side. I'm just going to readjust my screen a little bit. My camera, I guess, is the correct term. There we go. I know it's not like the most ideal spot, but here we are in our COVID world. All right. So take a couple pillows and you're going to take one pillow under your head and one pillow between your knees so that you have a little bit of support under your head, a little bit of support between your legs. When we give support through this pillow between our shins or our knees, it helps to have a little bit of evenness in our pelvis, alleviate some of this outer hip discomfort that we can have during pregnancy. So if you want, you can take your right hand to your baby, to your belly, to your womb. Just kind of soften here. Feel the earth supporting you. Feel your breath gently move through you. And with each exhale, see if you can kind of let something go from this day. Maybe there was a lot that happened today, and maybe you can just sigh out some of those experiences. Kind of like you're combing through the knots of your day. Just letting little bits and pieces go that you don't need to keep with you right now. Take one more breath just right here. Big exhale. Nice job. Go ahead and bring your right hand to the outer part of your right hip and just kind of press down like you're trying to kind of stabilize or hold still your outer right hip. Keep your feet really strong and you'll start to lift your right foot, keep your knees connected, and then lower your right foot and lift your right knee. But keep your right hip just where it is. You don't need to change anything about your right hip. You're going to lift your right foot and then your right knee. So if you find your hips are kind of leaning back or forward, see if you can use your right hand to keep it really still. This class, we're going to work on some balancing postures. So we're going to really be working on these muscles in our outer hip. We're going to be working on the muscles in our bellies and our backs, all to create more balance. A lot of times in pregnancy, we can feel wobbly, unsteady, and that's okay. It kind of comes with the territory, but it can feel really good for our bodies, for our minds, to practice stabilizing. Just one more lift of your right knee. And then once you've lifted your right knee for the last time, lower down and just give your right outer hip a little rub. Good. You'll very slowly roll onto your back just for a second. You can keep the pillow between your knees if you want, and you'll do a quick lift of your pelvis. Hug your baby up to your heart. Let your hips lift off the floor, just a little bridge pose. Belly button up to heart, strong backside. Take one more breath here. Breath out. And you'll roll all the way over onto your right side. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to turn around so that I can stay facing you. But you can face away from the screen. We're doing the same thing, so you don't necessarily need to see. Just follow my voice. All right, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. There we go. Left hand to baby, left hand to belly. Find your breath for a minute. Find your sense of ease and stillness. Take a sigh or two. And when you're ready, you'll start to get really strong through your feet. Lift your left knee up, your left foot up. Lower your left foot down and then left knee. If you liked anchoring your hip on the other side, try that here, see how it feels. If it didn't feel that helpful for you, if you liked connecting to baby better, you can always do that instead. Find what feels good with your left hand. Keep your hips really steady and stable. Alternating, lifting your left foot and then your left knee. And know that this might feel a little different than it did on the other side. We have a dominant side and a non-dominant side. So our bodies are not symmetrical. They need different things on each side of our bodies. So it's good to do something different if that's what your body wants, right? Just one more on each side. And then lower your left leg, give a little rub to your left outer hip. Nice. And when you're ready, you'll gently press up, finding an easy seat. You might want to take one or both of those pillows and sit on top of them. Take a sip of water if you want. Get a little more comfortable. You want your hips to be just a little higher than your knees. So if when you sit here, your knees are kind of up, find something a little higher to sit on so that your spine can be a little longer. Your baby can rest gently right here. When you're all ready, take your hands to your legs and start to circle around. Rolling your rib cage, taking up some space here. And then going the other direction. Good, taking your time, letting it feel good. And then gently coming back to center. Give your shoulders, head and neck a little bit of movement. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine your entire torso is very gently expanding out in 360 degrees. So your chest is going to gently lift, your ribs are going to gently widen, and your belly is going to gently press a little bit forward. Not a lot, just a little bit. So your whole torso is expanding on your breath in. And as you breathe out, feel your belly button, feel your baby draw upward. Do a couple more just like that. Feeling that gentle hug upward of your baby. Activating these muscles in your belly is going to be helpful in balancing. Do 2 more. Just practicing engaging them with breath. 1 more. Nice job. Give your shoulders a little roll. 1 more in your head and neck. And we'll find our way to hands and knees. Take your time. Hands come connected to the floor. Knees are directly under your hips. You've got this really steady structure here. So hands are right under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, and go ahead and take a moment to press your hands and your knees into the earth. So you've got this really strong foundation. When we balance, foundation is really the root of it all, right? If you find that your wrists are really uncomfortable, you can do a couple things. You can make a fist and have your knuckles right here connect to the earth so that your wrists are straight, or you might come down onto your elbows. So if that's something you need, go ahead and do it. If your knees are sensitive, take a blanket under your knees. So keep pressing down through your hands, through your knees. Feel your baby gently hug up to your heart. Take a little exhale. Breathe in, let your baby kind of drop down. Exhale, hug baby up. You should feel like a big movement here. Breathing in. Breathing out, hug baby up to your heart. Just 1 more like that. Big exhale. Hold that here and slide your right leg back. Keep your toes connected to the earth. Pause for a moment. Start to press down a little bit more through your left hand. And when you're ready, start to lift your right leg. Nice and long through the front of your right hip. You can point or flex your foot. It's up to you. Keep hugging your baby up to your heart. Take a wide breath here. A breath out. Start to bend your right knee. Keep your thigh parallel to the earth. We'll start to take a couple circles here. Right knee turns out towards your arm, down, up and back. So taking a few of these, just warming up your outer hip muscles. If you find your shoulders are uncomfortable, you can come down onto your elbows. That might feel a little bit better. And keep your spine a little bit steady. It's okay if it moves a little bit. Go the other direction when you're ready. Good. Last circle of your hip here. Press your right foot back, turn your right toes over to the right side. You'll start to press your right foot down so your right toes face me, and you'll open up to a side plank. Press down through your left hand, your left knee, and as you're ready, you might even start to lift your right foot. Hug your baby up to your heart. You don't need to lift really high here to experience the balance. Take one more breath. Breath out. Lower your right foot and slowly lift up, balancing on left knee, extended right leg, side body stretch, leaning over. Keep pressing down through your left knee so you're not kind of jutting your hips to the left, but you're really steady, stretching your left side body, lengthening through this whole side. Take one more big breath here. Big sigh. Lift up, take a big stretch. As you exhale, cactus your arms. One more. Big exhale. Left hand starts to connect to the floor, right arm reaches up, and then right hand and knee meet the floor. Sit back on your heels, take a couple of wrist circles. Shake them out. And we'll find our way back to hands and knees. Again, come onto your knuckles or your elbows if you need it. Press down through your hands and down through your knees. Feel this buoyant lift upward. Hug your belly button to your heart, nice and strong. When you're ready, you'll start to breathe in, let your belly drop. Exhale, hug baby up to your heart. 2 more like that. So what we're doing is we're working on strengthening our deep abdominals here. It's a really gentle way to do it. We don't have to be engaged all the time, but when we balance, it's a good idea. Hugging belly up to your heart. As you're ready, slide your left toes back. Keep them connected to the floor. Press down a little more through your right palm. And when you're ready, you'll start to lift your left leg. Again, staying really long here through the front of your left hip. Baby's hugging up to heart. Take one more breath just like this. When you're ready, bend your left knee. Start to turn your left knee to the left side. Big circle towards your left arm. Down to the earth and back up. Just find a couple of these. You want to stay as still as you can with your spine and your torso, but know that it's okay if there's a little bit of movement. I don't want you to be rigid, but I want you to feel the strength of your hip doing this movement. Good. Take one more here in this direction, and then switch, going the other direction. Pressing down through your right hand. Good, last circle here, and kick your left foot back, left toes turn to the left side. When you're ready, lower your left foot and spiral open to your side plank. Again, it's totally okay if you're not facing me. Pressing down through your right hand, your right knee, maybe you start to lift your left leg. Hug your baby up to your heart. Feel the balance here. Feel how your body is very gently recalibrating to continually maintain balance. Little shifts, little movements, all to keep you balanced. One more breath. And as you're ready, lower your left leg, connect it to the earth, lift up, big stretch up toward the ceiling. And then when you're ready, left hand slides down your left leg, big side body bend. Keep pressing down through your left knee so you're not sliding your hips out, but you're really long and strong and steady. Take one more breath here. Breath out. Breathe in, reach both arms up, get really long. Exhale, cactus arms. 2 more like that, breath in. Feel the strength of the muscles right below your shoulder blades. 1 more. Big exhale. Right hand connects to the earth. Pause in your side plank. And then when you're ready, left hand and left knee come down and we'll take a little breather. Toes come towards each other, hips toward your heels, knees nice and wide to make room for baby in the middle. And then fold down over your yoga mat. If you'd like, if it would feel better, you might bring some pillows under your face and chest so that you have a bit more support. Take about 5 breaths here. Give yourself that little reprieve. Another wide breath in. A big breath out. Gently blink open your eyes. Look forward, come up onto your hands, and we'll do a couple stretches here. If you have the pillows, just shift them out of the way. You're gonna widen your hands a little bit, just a little bit wider than your shoulders. You're gonna take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're gonna bend your elbows, drop one shoulder down, turn your face to the opposite side. Breathe in to lift. Drop your other shoulder down, turn your chest and your head a little to the opposite side. Breathing in and out. You should feel a little stretch through the front part of your chest, just below your collarbone, just below the top of your shoulder. Good. Take one more to the second side. Coming back to the middle. As you're ready, your hands will come down, your toes will tuck, and you'll glide up into a downward facing dog. Take your time, take some hip shifts. Maybe you bend a knee and then the other. Maybe you sway your shoulders. Find what feels good here. So even as I'm guiding you through class, you are welcome to do whatever would feel good for your body right now. You don't have to do exactly what I'm saying. You can always do something a little different. If you would like to try lifting one leg in this downward dog, if that would feel good, you can try that. And then you can try lifting the other leg. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. And as you're ready, walk hands and feet toward each other, finding a forward fold. Wide legs, soft knees, let your upper body hang down. If you find that you're feeling nauseous, uncomfortable with your head below your heart or your stomach, I invite you to lift up halfway, hands to your thighs, and keep this lift here, but you'll still feel this stretch in the backs of your legs. Good. Take one more breath wherever you are. A breath out. And super slow, come all the way up to standing. Let your feet be a little wide, hands to hips. Just take some hip circles. Soft knees. Just taking up some space. Go the other direction. Nice. And settling right back in the middle. We're going to take a couple chair poses. So come to the top of your mat, wherever that is for you. You're going to breathe in, reach your arms all the way up, get nice and long. And as you're ready, you're going to exhale, find that cactus shape or goalpost shape with your arms. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, cactus shape. One more breath in. Exhale, cactus shape. And then this time, you're going to bring your forearms parallel and sit back in your chair. So keep this kind of robot arm happening. Should feel some little engagement and stretch through the tops of your shoulders. Straighten your legs, breath in, open to cactus. Exhale, come down. Good, just 2 more like that. Strong belly, baby's hugging up to your heart. Last one, breath in, breath out. Bring your hands to touch, relax your elbows a little bit. As you're ready, you're going to press into your right foot and lift your left heel, just the heel. Keep your balance here. If this feels good, stay here. If you want to try to balance by lifting your leg all the way up, you can. Bringing your left knee up a little higher like you're getting ready to march. And again, you can stay here. If this feels good, if this feels like your limit, stay. Inner thighs draw together nice and strong. You're going to start to kick your left leg back if that's where you want to go, finding an airplane pose. So baby's hugging up to heart. You might be down here. This might be your airplane pose. You might be all the way here. This might be your airplane pose. Whatever works for you, go ahead and find it. If you need to hold on to a wall, like I'm kind of leaning against a wall right now. If you need that, you can do that. You can hold a chair. Whatever works, take one more breath. And super, super slow, left foot comes to the back of your mat. Stay leaning a little bit forward. Nice and high in your back heel and in your back leg. Take a breath in. Big exhale. Breath in, open your arms, bend your left leg. Imagine like you're holding a big beach ball here and kind of arc your heart up. And then exhale, lean forward and kind of give yourself a little hug. Breathe in, bend your left leg, open. Exhale, straighten left leg, little hug. Find a couple of these, kind of let it look a little bigger than you might normally. A little more dramatic, a little wider. One more. Breath out. Pause here in this hug. Really wrap your arms around yourself. Let your elbows be heavy. Hug baby up to heart and kind of nestle your upper body down. I know there's a lot of balance happening here. If you want to drop your left heel, you can. One more breath. Breath out. Breath in, you're going to unravel your arms, finding your warrior two, dropping your left heel. Relax your shoulders. Nice. Let's pause in stillness here. We've done a lot of movement, a lot of repetition. Let's connect to the earth. If you want to connect to your body, your baby, you can do that too. Or you can stay here, nice and broad. 2 more breaths. You're so strong. Feel the strength of the earth beneath you. And when you're ready, straighten your right leg, right arm reaches up, big side body bend. And then exhale, bend your right knee. Take a little windmill with your arms forward. Breathe in, straighten right leg, windmill up and back. Exhale, windmill forward. Good. So as we're working on this kind of fluid movement with our arms are relying on the stability of our legs and our core and our backside. So finding that sense of stability in your pelvis and in your legs to support this fluid arm movement. Just a couple more little sways. And the next time you lean forward into your right side, connect your right elbow to your right thigh, left arm high. Just taking a moment of stillness here. One more breath. A big breath out. You'll slowly lift up all the way, turn your right toes in. And you'll walk your heels in a little bit closer. We're gonna do goddess pose. So when you're ready, breathe in, reach your arms up. Exhale, you're gonna cactus your arms, bend your knees. So you've got this great kind of mirror image of upper body and lower body. Cactus arms and kind of cactus legs. Just take a few moments to connect with the challenge of this posture. Hugging baby up to heart. Good. If you want to close your eyes, you can. A lot of what is helpful to practice is to practice being uncomfortable and practice being challenged as preparation for both birth and parenthood. Parenthood is hard. It's full of the greatest love I've ever known, but it's also challenging. So holding here just for 2 more breaths, just giving yourself a little resilience practice. When you're ready, you're going to straighten your legs, parallel your feet, clasp your hands behind your back, breath in, lift your heart, lift your chin, and then when you're ready, you can keep your hands connected or release them. You're going to take a forward fold, letting your upper body come down. Knuckles either are clasped behind you and reaching away, or you can connect your hands to the floor. You can sway your hips in either one. Find what feels good. 2 more breaths. Last exhale here. Start to look towards your right toes, and you'll turn your right toes forward as you walk your hands inside your right foot. Lift your left heel and find that runner's lunge as you lower your left knee. Good. Your hands are staying inside your right leg, and you're going to take a couple pelvic circles here. So this is one of the great birthing positions. Hands and knees, and then this low lunge. So it's great for birthing a baby, for laboring. And these pelvic circles feel really good as you're contracting. As long as you don't have an epidural, though. Can't really do this with an epidural. Good. And coming right back to the middle, find your stability, press down through your left knee and your right foot. And as you're ready, you're going to lift up your torso, coming up to this nice lunge with these really sweet right angles. Press down through your left knee. Exhale, cactus your arms. One more like that. Breath in. Exhale, cactus your arms. As you breathe in, reach your hands behind your back. Anchor your knuckles and start to puff your chest up. Lift your chin. Just take one more breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift all the way up nice and tall. And you'll start to straighten your right leg a little bit. You might need to walk your right foot forward and then flex your toes. We're going to take a forward fold here. Just hands inside the right foot, lengthening out the back of your right leg. Taking just one more breath here. Big exhale. You'll place a little bit more weight into your hands, and you'll start to slide your right foot to the back of your mat, opening up to your side plank. Right arm high. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. Maybe you decide to lift your right leg. And as you're ready, right knee, right hands come all the way down. You can find a child's pose, or maybe you want to go right to a downward facing dog. Find what feels good. Take a couple more breaths. One more breath in, a breath out. You'll start to walk your hands and feet towards each other. Take a little sway. You can always halfway lift if that feels better for you. And when you're ready, come all the way up to standing. Hands to your hips. Take a couple hip circles. Soft knees. Other direction. Giving your hips that space to move around. Nice. And you'll step to the top of your mat on the other side. I'm going to face this way so that when we open up to our warriors, I can face you guys, but you can stay facing whatever direction you're facing. So take a breath in, reach your arms up nice and tall. Exhale, cactus arms. We've been doing this a lot, right? Two more like that. Breath in, breath out. Last one here. Breath out. Take a breath in right here. Exhale, parallel your forearms. Sink down into your chair. Two more. Bringing a sense of strength into your back body is really important. As you're picking up babies and moving everything around, stay here, hands to heart. You really use a lot of your back muscles, and it's nice to strengthen them ahead of time. Press down through your left foot, lift your right heel. Keep this balance. If this feels good, just stay here. If you want to take it a little bit further, you may lift your right knee. Inner thighs draw together for that balance, belly button lifts. Baby is lifting upward. Again, you can stay here, or maybe you start to glide into your airplane pose. Right leg reaches back. Maybe you're a little more parallel. Maybe your right toes are even touching, so you have that sense of stability. Two more breaths wherever you are. You can hold on to furniture too. And when you're ready, right foot steps all the way back. Stay leaning forward. We'll practice those big arm openings. So breathing in, arms open, right knee bends. Lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, wrap your arms around yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your breath be a little powerful. Good. One more to lift. And then exhale, you're going to wrap yourself around. Give your shoulders a little squeeze with your fingers and anchor your elbows down. Nestle your chin towards your arms. Curl your upper body in for one more breath. Exhale, super slow, open up. Warrior two, drop your right heel, arms front to back. We're gonna stay in stillness here. If you want, you can leave your arms like this or connect them to your torso, your baby, whatever feels good. Find your breath, your feet, your heartbeat, all the things that are steady. Steady in the present moment. Not necessarily steady because they are the same, but steady because they're always there. As you're ready, you're going to straighten your left leg, left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, bend your left knee, windmill forward. Finding soft elbows right at the end. How can you allow a sense of stability to create a sense of ease and grace through the rest of your body? What would that look like? What would that feel like? How can you embody that? In labor, you meet great intensity. You meet pain and challenge. And one of the hardest things to do is to meet those challenges, that intensity, with a sense of allowing. One more to reach in and up. And this time, exhale, connect left elbow to your left thigh, right arm high. So as you allow yourself to be in challenge here, you're practicing your capacity to be resilient as you meet contractions. Being able to be resilient and meet contractions can help you dilate faster. I know it's a little bit of a catch-22. Take one more breath right here. Big exhale. And lift all the way up. Turn your left toes in. And you'll start to slide your heels towards each other so your toes point out. Breath in, reach up, take a big lift. Exhale, sink right down. So coming a little deeper than you did before. We've been here before, so it should feel a little bit easier to attain. I invite you to close your eyes. If you really want to connect to center, connect to center. I invite you here to be with challenge. Knowing that this feeling you're experiencing in your muscles, your bones, and your breath is not bigger than you. It's a part of you. It's a feeling within your body. It's not outside. Maybe you get a tiny bit lower. Being with challenge. One more breath. Breath out. Breathing in, straighten your legs, turn your feet to be parallel. Shake it out, sigh it out. And when you're ready, you're going to take a forward fold. If you want to clasp your hands behind your back, if that felt good last time, you can. Or you can just come right down. You can shake your hips, you can stay still. You can wiggle your shoulders. So many options here in this forward fold. Whatever you decide, just let it feel really good. One more big breath in, a breath out. Lift your chest up a little bit and start to look over at your left foot. Left toes turn forward, hands inside your left foot. You'll start to lift your right heel and then lower your right knee. Finding your low lunge legs, start to circle your hips around. One of the best things you can do in a contraction is to shimmy your hips, to sway, to create circles in your pelvis. Helps baby kind of shimmy their way down, getting a little closer to their entrance into the world. And then when you're ready, go ahead and stop in the middle. Press down through your left foot and your right knee. And as you press down, find a lift in your chest. Reach your arms up. Big exhale, cactus your arms. Keep pressing down into your right knee. Breath in, reach. This time, exhale, cactus your arms, and then breathe in, reach your arms behind you. Connect your hands if you'd like, and start to lift and arc your heart. Keep pressing down through both of your legs. One more breath. Breath out. Breathe in, lifting all the way up. And as you're ready, you're going to straighten your left leg. Maybe walk your left foot forward. Left toes point up. And drape over the inside of your left leg for a nice forward fold. A little stretch of the back of your left leg. Taking another wide breath here. Big exhale. Start to bend forward into your left knee, just a little bit. And when you're ready, press into your hands, slide your left leg back. And when you're ready, open up to a side plank. Maybe you stay just like this, or maybe you start to lift your left leg, practicing balance. One more wide breath here. Big breath out. Slowly lower hand and knee. Widen your knees a little bit. Feet towards each other. Take a forward fold. Let your upper body rest. If you want to rest your upper body over pillows, go ahead. Allow your breath to lift and widen your rib cage. And allow your exhale to release something that would feel good to release. Two more breaths. As you're ready, you're going to slowly lift your chest, your knees towards each other. Give a little shoulder roll, head and neck roll. Little sigh. And we'll find our way to seated. So if you want to sit on a pillow or two, go ahead. Totally fine. If you want to take a little sip of water, you can. And whenever you're ready, no rush at all. You're going to extend your left leg. Right leg is bent. Right heel is toward your groin. Take a breath in. Get really tall here. And as you exhale, you're going to bend straight forward. Maybe you let your elbows connect. Maybe you have pillows under your elbows. Maybe that would feel better. Anything like that. Take a couple moments to breathe here. And as you're ready, you're going to lift up a little bit. Walk your upper body over towards your left leg and start to breathe in, lift your right arm up. You should feel your whole front body start to turn open to the right. You should feel a little action happening in your back body. If you want to lift up a little higher, if that would feel better for your body, you can always do that. Just take a couple breaths here, noticing how this feels. You can always bring your right hand toward your lower back if that would feel supportive. Or maybe behind the back of your head if that would feel rejuvenating. Wherever you are, take one more breath. And you slowly lift your chest, right hand behind your right hip, left arm reaches up, big breath in. Breath out. Gently coming back to the middle, you'll switch your legs. Right leg extends, left leg pulls in. Take a breath in, getting nice and long. And exhaling, folding over the center. Again, you can put elbows on the ground, elbows onto pillows, or anything to lift them up higher. Soft shoulders, soft jaw. Take another wide breath here. A breath out. Lift up a little bit and start to walk your upper body towards your right leg. Bow in. Shake out your head. When you're ready, lift your left arm, wide opening to the left, to the center. Big breaths. Again, you can scoop your hand behind your head, behind your hips, finding what feels good, just turning the center of your chest towards the middle to get that big width across your side body. Build the strength in your back. Take one more breath. Breath out. As you're ready, you're going to lift up. Left hand connects to the floor behind your left hip, Your right arm reaches high. Broad chest, big breath in. Big exhale. Gently coming back to the middle. Nice. All right, we're going to close with a little breath work, and then we are going to take a little meditation. So get yourself comfortable in a seated position and have everything you need by you to be comfortable for the meditation later, where we're going to lay down. So get yourself comfortable, whatever that means for you. Pillow under your seat, water, whatever that is. And you can sit comfortably. You don't have to sit how I'm sitting. You could sit another way. And just bring your hands to rest, right palm over left palm. Let your hands kind of soften into your lap, and then connect the very tips of your thumbs. So you're making this almost like a little oval shape with your palms kind of stacked. And just holding that here. If you find yourself feeling tense, trying to hold this shape of your hands, know that you can just let it go. If it's causing tension in your body, then just let it go. Settling for a moment into this moment. Settling into this moment with breath, feeling your body, feeling your hands. We're going to do a practice called alternate nostril breathing, but we're going to do it just with our consciousness. We're not going to do it with our hands. So normally when we do alternate nostril breathing, we plug one nostril, breathe through the opposite, plug nostril, breathe through the opposite. So for this practice, you're just going to do it with your mind and just notice what happens and what it feels like. Take a normal breath in. A normal breath out. Breathe in through your right nostril. Exhale through the left. Inhale, left nostril. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. One more round. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Allow your breath to return to whatever feels normal and easeful right now. If you find yourself wanting to breathe a particular way, just kind of shake that off and breathe however your breath wants you to. You can stay like this if it feels comfortable for you and sustainable. Or you can go ahead and shift to laying on one of your sides or another comfortable position for your body. As you're ready, widening your breath, taking bigger inhales, longer exhales. Wiggling fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Taking any stretches you want to take, any movements you'd like to take. To a comfortable seat. Bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your baby. And we'll close with some words by Sunny Carl. From the greatest intelligent principle of the universe to the wise self of each individual, to the unseen intelligence behind every natural process and living thing, there is a force that creates, ignites, orders, and grows and supports. This intelligence is within all things. There is nowhere where it is not. Take a deep breath into the center of you. And let it go. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope you're feeling connected to your body, your baby, your breath.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope to see you next week. See you later.